Oh yeah. In France, a skinny man died of a big disease with a little name. By chance, his girlfriend came across a needle and soon she did the same. At home, there are 17-year-old boys and their idea of fun is being in a gang called the Disciples, high on crack, toting a machine gun. Time, time. Hurricane Annie ripped the ceiling off a church and killed everyone inside. You turn on the telly and every other story is telling you somebody died. My sister killed her baby cause she couldn't afford to feed him. We're sending people to the moon. In September my cousin tried reefer for the very first time. Now he's doing horse. It's June. Times. Times. Sitting on when a rocket ship explodes and everybody still wants to fly. Some say man ain't happy unless man truly dies. Oh, time. Baby, make a speech, Star Wars fly, neighbors should shine on. But if a night falls and a bomb falls, will anybody see the dawn? Time. Time. Does the city know when a rocket rolls and everybody still wants to fly? Some say man ain't happy truly until the man truly dies. Oh, why? Oh, why? On time. Time. Silent time, let's switch your mind. Hurry before it's too late. Let's fall in love.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
We'll call it late. It's a boy.
It's time, y'all. Woo! Hey, look at here, look at here, look at here. I know it's not Monday, but it's a hot, toasty Tuesday. Oh, election day somewhere. Time now. Time you to. It's past time now. You should have got out and voted if you had a thing, but you didn't, baby. You're still good. Oh, wait a minute. It's time. It's time. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This is Tough Tuesday. Somebody said tough titty said the kitty, but the milk show is plenty. Hey, wait a minute, y'all. What are we talking about today? Talking about time. Time is running out. And some folk, it just ran out. Man, look at here, look at here, look at here. Well, let me just say this before I get it started, boy. It's been a rough Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, man, and I've been running around with my hair on fire. I got a sort of a family emergency where I have to, get on a plane in the morning and hit the road because I got something I got to do down in Texas. And I tell you what, I hate going to Texas like the plague, baby, because there ain't nothing good in Texas outside my family. Everything else, man, shoot, is uncivilized. That's right, I said it. Texas, you're uncivilized. However, hey, welcome to the show. Tuesday night, you know, Tough Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, whatever you want to call it. But here we are. Hey, welcome to For the Record, the word on the street. And boy, look here, the word on the street as I see it, man, it's tough out there. Hard out there for a player, y'all. Man, it's hard out there for a player. Boy, Democrats, aristocrats, plutocrats, and all you other cats, man, it's hard out there tonight. Woo! It's hard out there. But let's get this thing going. Let's first get this admin stuff out of the way. You know, I'm on three platforms. You can catch me on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And do me a favor, help the brother out. You know, hit that like button, the retweet button, the thumbs up, thumb down. If you see it as a thumb down, go ahead and thumb down. I'm not afraid of you. You should not be afraid of me. Go ahead and say what you're going to say. You're going to say what you're going to say because that's how you see it on your side of the street. And I'm going to say what I'm going to say because that's how I see it on my side of the street. I ain't afraid of y'all. So don't be afraid of me. Just do what you do. All right? Cool. And so hit me up. Tweet, retweet, share, like. If you hit me up on the YouTube, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can know when the show's coming on. Normally I'm on Mondays and Thursdays, and Thursday I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it on Thursday because I'm gonna be out of town. I'm gonna be out of town on some personal business, and in such business where I'm going to be preoccupied, and so that's that. Okay, but other than that, hey, man, Lord have mercy. That's all I can say. As I stated earlier, on my thumbnail, if you ever get a chance to see them, check them out, man. They just, they're up there, and they're not there just for beauty and screenshot sake. There's a method to the madness. There is a method to the madness, and so I want you to take a look at their thumbnails and guess what he's going to be talking about today. Guess what he's going to be talking about today. That's how we're going to do it. So this is what we're going to be talking about today, and I'm going to throw that thumbnail up there so you can get a gander at it. The title of today's episode is "Sign of the Times," baby. Signs of the Time. And I just really want to ask the question: what time is it? What time is it? We can look at the surroundings wherever you are on your side of the street, and you can notice some things that are happening. Are they happening at a normal pace, or are they happening at a slower pace, or are they happening at an accelerated pace? I don't know, but this just seems to me right now it's going on in the accelerate crazy pace. I mean, to me, it's confusion, ball of confusion. People are just, to me, mad, out of their mind, just flipped out. You have so many groups, so many sects, so many sections, and people. Man, it's hard to tell, where one begins and the other ends. But you, by the look of them. But if you listen to them and continue to study them, you'll find out. And I know things are not normal because right now we're not living in normal times. Because that's part of the signs of the time. We're not living in normal times. I mean, we're just not. Things are just going acceleratingly mad, crazy, foolish. Now that's how I see it on my side of the street. When people just straight up, I know a lot of people live in a fantasy world. Now don't get it twisted. I know that. Sometimes sometimes I step out of reality and indulge in the fantasy world. But I don't live there. I don't stay there. I come on out of there. You know what I'm saying? Before I become, this thing, this creature, you know, in the darkness. I make sure that I don't stay in that fantasy line too long because you can get caught up and get whisked away, and then you're just in another dimension, walking around in another dimension, and for a lot of reasons, and that's where we are here in these United States. Not only United States, across the board, across the world, you know. But I'm just talking about here in these United States, these Americas, this part of the Americas, you know, you know, uh, fantasy land, you know, I back when I was growing up, people running around in this kind of fantasy boy, they call them crazy. They call them stupid. They call them just dumb, to fall for the okadoke over and over and over again, you see. And that's why I find a lot of us at, you know, just getting bamboozled left and right. Yeah, left, right, and center, just bamboozled, you know, duped. And when you know what the truth is. That's the problem. When you know what the truth is, but you rather ignore the truth and settle for a lie, just so that you can, you know, uh, you know, do somebody else in. That's just evil. That's the kind of times we live in. We're living in all kind of evil. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. We're taking a look at the sign of the time, and so we can see what time it is. You know, because some of us are not going to make it. We're just not going to make it. We're not going to make it for a lot of reasons, but for the main reason, you don't know how to read the signs of the time. Not only you don't know how, you just don't want to. Maybe you've been dragging around your stuff for so long, you're tired. Yeah, you've been dragging around your stuff so long, now you're just tired. And now you're just ready to give up. You know, you're just like one of those folk, that's been on a long journey, and you started out one way, and now you into the journey, and you're thirsty, tired, and hungry, and you're about to pass out, but you don't know if you just keep on going over this top of the hill, you're gonna make it, but you don't see any version of help or hope in your life. All you see is the sand dunes. All you see is the rain and the hail and the tornadoes and the storms. You don't see, the signs that life is just around the corner or just above the crest of that one hill. You don't see that. And so you just want to continue on marching and just throw down your bucket and sit down and declare, it's all over. Yeah, declare it's all over. You just can't go on. But I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to tell you now. If that's the way you see it on your side of the street, you're not going to make it. You're just not going to make it. You just won't make it. Don't you give up and give in. You got to keep on one step at a time. If you got the crawl, crawl. If you get a hopscotch, hopscotch. But whatever it takes for you to get over the hump and get to where you need to be, I suggest that you do it. I suggest, no, I don't. I highly recommend that you do it because the signs of the time right now, man, look here, it's not in our favor. It is not in our favor. You cannot stop right now. You can't. Everybody, all the folks who have, put their trust in this Biden administration, and I'm talking about the black folk right now. I'm talking about black folk. I'm talking about black folk because I can tell you exactly about them because that's where I live on my side of the street. And you know, it don't. I'm just saying, promises made, promises not kept. Now, some people say, well, it's not over with yet. What do you mean it's not? Listen, you better look at the sign of the time. Here we are in November, and like I said, the day's already election day already, and a lot of a lot of us, are discouraged, because all this, you know, all these uh, promises that you making up have made to us to get, to get you in the seat of power, and now that you're in the seat of power, you up there doing a damn two-step, dancing all around our issues. But for everybody else, boy, you sure laying them out, grab bags of full of giveaways and gimmies and, hammy outs to everybody but us. Everybody but us. That's right, I said it. Everybody. Now, I'm not mad at those who get their coming uppers. That's not what I'm mad about. And I don't care about that. But what I do care about is the buck should not stop right there. You throwing them dollars out? Hey, listen. Over 400 years worth of reparations. Yeah. Yeah, you're behind payment. You're behind payment. I'm talking about something specifically for us. Yeah, you're behind payment. You're making every unreasonable excuse to not pay us. But now you want to you want to do everything else for everybody except for us. And the latest really skullduggery that's coming out of that administration talking about, you know, $450,000. Now, yeah, that's not peanuts. $450,000 for each person or immigrant that was separated from their family. Wait a minute, you. Now I want you to let that sink in. Now that's their proposal. They were trying to do that in the dead of the night. But you can't listen. You can't keep nothing like that. You just can't keep nothing like that kind of you know skullduggery. Under your vest. You know, you just can't. That was bound to get out. Yeah, $450,000 per persons who get snatched up. Man, look at here. They make them almost automatic millionaires. Now, and if they're in their countries, spending that kind of cash, man, I know they good to go. Yeah, yeah. They're all looking up towards the border saying, "Thank you, Uncle Sam." Yeah, yeah. $450,000 worth of thank you. But they can't find all the words to say reparation for the whether you call yourself a financial a foundational Black American or African or descendants of American American descendants of slavery, whatever you call yourself. I view it from the killing fields of the South, where slavery was the bread and butter to this so-called United States. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, you can't. When I say you, I'm talking about the Biden administration and all their bootlicks. You can't find the words to say reparations for them. I'm not talking about no HR 40 or talking about some garbage like that to study the study to see if in fact that the study is worthy to be. Well, no, I'm not even talking about that. Cut the check, man. Cut the check. It's time to cut the check. Stop this he gawking and just go ahead and just cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check. I don't want to hear you ain't got no money. Cut the check. You better go graze some. Better go grow some, print some, but do what you got to do. But cut the check. Yeah, yeah. But you see, let me get off that because that right there, that right there, that right there is a thorn in their flesh. And I know they're not going to hear this message, but that's okay. I'm going to say it. I hope some smart folk, will start echoing what I'm telling them. Cut the check. Cut the check. Sign of the time, baby. Signs of the time. Signs of the time. Another sign of the time, look at you have these butter biscuit folk, on the main media talking about, don't even want to say the word black folk anymore, people of color, so they can lump everybody into one thing. No, no, no. It's time to separate the wheat from the chaff. It's just time. We are a distinct people. We are a unique people. And just so that everybody is clear on this subject, you know, we are the largest minority group. So, supposedly. Now, how can I say that? It's just pure math, baby. It's just pure math. See what the white supremacists, powers and be are trying to do. And of course, I'm like I said, I'm never mad at anybody who's trying to get the uppins, but still, because just because that's what people do. But when they come out with this thing about, oh well, the Latins are the largest. Listen, 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 and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna end it right here. Listen, when you say the Latino population, you're adding the Mexicans, the Dominican Republicans, the Haitians, and the Puerto Ricans, and the Salvadorans, and the Ghanaians, and everybody, Cubans. You've just gonna put them all in one, so that you can have a larger voting group. That's all you're trying to do. But see, here's the reality of your bull. Here's the reality. Yeah, yeah. That's why they're always calling on the black to get them out of their mess. I'm talking about these neoliberals and these so-called Democrats. That's why they're always calling on the black to sure their tail up. It's because we're just one group. That's it. We're just one group, and I'm not talking about Africans or none of that. I'm just talking about the ADOS folk, or financial Black Americans. We're just one distinct group. Period. 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 That's end of the statement. Drop the mic. And so when we do what we do it, in our interests. Now they say, well, all blacks are not, the same. Yes, we are. When I'm talking about, ADOS, we're all the same. Whether they admit it or not, we're all the same. If you don't think you're the same, get in the bind. Yeah, well, in white supremacist clutches, and you'll see how the same we are. Yeah, yeah, you'll see how the same we are. Yeah, how we're treated differently than every other group there is in America. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'll find out how the same we are. We're different from Africans who come from Africa and then immigrated here to America. We're different. We're just different. Our life experiences are different. Our culture is different. Yeah, we got culture. Yeah, but culture that they try to deny us, that is bred it here in America. Yeah, we got culture. That's why we see so many culture vultures trying to steal our stuff from the West Indies to New England. UK and everything in between. China, everybody, they want our culture, but they don't want us. Oh, really? Sign of the times, baby. Sign of the times. Signs of the times. And see when and this just the way life is and when we don't go into our own, because we got some dirt in our own, like everybody on the sun got some dirt now, but that's our dirt. That's our dirt, which we will clean up. We will clean that up. We will clean that up. We just because that's what we do. Eventually, eventually, that's what we do. We've always done that. We've always done that. That's how we have managed to be around for so long. When everybody's trying to get rid of us, but we're still here. Sign of the times. Went through a sign of the times. I continue to hear these folk talking about millennials and Gen X's and all this other stuff as if you know as if they're really talking about us, but they're not. You see, they said the young blacks and the young blacks. Let me tell you about the young blacks, because when they say young blacks, they're not talking about us. Mm-mm. They're not talking about us. When I say us, I'm talking about the ADOS crew, FBA. They're not talking about us, or the DAOS, whatever you want to say. But they're not talking about us. They're talking about the second generation of the immigrant blacks that came in here, or they're talking about the second generation of the black who have commingled with white and other groups. That's who they're talking about. Now, I'm not saying those that blacks, FBA or ADOS or DAOS. I'm not saying that if got together with another party or group. I'm not saying that your offsprings are not, FBA or they can't trace the. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that they have a different influence. They have a different influence depending how strong that the ADOS or the FBA or the DOS group sponsor. I was going to call them a sponsor. Fed into them, because there are some ADOS folk who just quit. They just quit, and they just go on about their business, and they try to pass over, and that's just a reality of life. There's always going to be some traitors in the ranks. Some people are going to be off code. There's always going to be that. That's just where your life is. But for those folk, just because they're traitors, or just because they're or whatever anti hate themselves, or trying to get out of what they are, they still are what they are. A dog is going to be a dog, a horse is going to be a horse, and a pig is going to be a pig, no matter what you put on them. Because somebody going to know what you are. Somebody going to know. You can try to pass now, but somebody going to know who and what you are, because you're going to show up at the right time. You're going to show up at the right time. And so, hey, this is Tough Tuesday, baby. This is Tough Tuesday, and things are just getting started. Just getting started. I don't, and a couple. I'm looking at. I was watching out some of the election returns, and man, look. There's some upset and some prizes. I believe somebody gonna be crying by the end of the night, and they're gonna try to find a way to blame it on us. Yeah, they're gonna try to find a way to blame it on us. They're just gonna do that. That's what they do. Crazy people, just crazy people. Find a way. They're just gonna find a way to blame it on us. They don't care. Out of pocket. Out of pocket. I would apologize for I got some background noise. It's all right. That's all right. I'm still trying to get that's where the struggle is. The struggle always gonna have some background noise. There'll be always some haters. There's always gonna be some people stepping in trying to pull you down. Will they do it intentionally or unintentionally? There's always gonna be those people around. That's why you're gonna have to keep on moving. You're gonna have to keep on moving. Just like Steve once, I gotta keep on to hit the high ground, baby. And that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna have to do. And here, hey, listen, tonight, Whatever happens, if every Republican win their race tonight, listen, don't cry. Don't even get mad. As a matter of fact, that's when you need to get your senses together, and then get your pocketbook and go take a look at the people who lose, and they're going to start pointing fingers. And as soon as they start pointing the fingers, you're going to have to go and ask them this question. When they ask you, where were you? Because that's what they're going to say. Where were the black folks? They didn't show up. You ask them this: where were you? You didn't show us up. You didn't show up for us. Why in the hell should we show up for you? You did not show up for us. Why in the hell should I show up for you? Yeah, yeah. Why? You're not showing up for me, so why in the hell should I show up for you? There's no reason. If the Republicans win every race tonight, and those Democrats or those lazy crats come to you and say, where were you? You just turn around and ask them, where were you? You haven't showed up. You haven't showed up for nothing that you said you were going to do. And until you know how to pull you're going to have to pull a Sealy on them, boy. Listen, you're going to pull a color purple on them. Listen, I'll be anything, but I won't be your fool no more. Unless you do right by me, everything you touch is going to be cursed. Everything that you touch is going to be cursed. Yeah, yeah. So don't let them intimidate you or trying to shame you into thinking it's your fault. No, if they had done what they had promised to do, they were, yeah. If they had done what they had promised to do, but then they would not be in a situation they what you need to do. Because listen up here, listen. I was listening to the Virginia race, and they were talking about up around Tidewater, the coast of in that area, and it says a strong population of immigrants living up there, and though and they're all turning for the Republican. So here we go. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Now you want the black folk to save your butt. No, no, save yourself. And how you do that? By meeting our demands. By meeting, you said, oh, the young blacks folk are not participant. They're not enthused. Why should they be enthusiastic about your garbage? You haven't. Listen. You haven't did anything to make them be enthusiastic about. About what? What? You haven't passed the George Floyd Fair Policing Act. You haven't even tackled the voting act. Hey, listen, you haven't even full pressed those monkeys. I said that's right. I said it. Those monkeys who attacked the Capitol on January 6th. You give them suckers light terms, but there was a black man. You threw the book at him. You threw the jail at him, and boy, and he didn't even show up at he only talked some yang yang. No. It ain't working. Sign of the time. We need to know what time is it. We need to know what you're going to do. Biden, Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Joe Manchin, Christian Sinema, Cory Booker. Yeah. I want to know what you're going to do, Kareem Reed. Yeah, all of you monkeys. That's what I said it. And the reason I'm calling you monkeys because you're acting like you're a animal in a circus. Yeah, a circus animal. Playing tricks, performing. Come on now. Come on, those days are over. Sign of the times. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear your mess. You're crying, telling me what you ain't and can't do. That's not what I want to hear, and I'm quite sure that's not what the bulk of us want to hear. I want you to hey listen. If you can't do it, I understand that. But at least you better fight like hell. You better fight like hell for us. If you want, listen. I'm not saying no colorful because I really am not going to use that word because I don't. That's not what we are. But if you call yourself a FBA, ADOS, a DAOS, you know what I'm talking about. Stand your ground. Let them all let it all burn down. Hell, it's been burning for a long time. Let it all burn down. Let it all burn down. Let it all burn. If they're not, hey, listen. What do you have to lose? Really, just to ask yourself that. They ain't doing nothing for you anyway. And whenever you charge your vote, place your vote on these monkeys, and and they take your vote for granted, and they are doing something for everybody else but you. You ain't got nothing to lose. You got to show them that they have something to lose, and make it plain. And make it plain that they got something to lose. Clyburn, make it plain. Ossoff, make it plain. Warnock, yeah, make it plain. Make it plain. Make it plain. Because they sure are. They made it plain that they ain't gonna do nothing for you. They have made it plain that they ain't gonna do nothing for you. I'll tell you the truth. Well, let me go. I'm gonna get out here early tonight. Uh, I am experiencing some turbulence. I've got to get out here early in the morning. Well, I got to leave tomorrow morning. I said I'm on my way to, nasty Texas. That's what I call it, nasty Texas, and take care of some emergency business. But let me leave you. Let me leave you with this little chime. It's a hard lick. It's a hard lick. But just remember this: if you don't watch where you're going, eventually you're going to crash into somebody. And because it's the sign of the times, hey, I hope to see you later.